your samples and they dip some well back. And what they've obviously decided to do is think, well, okay, did we know what's going to happen here with these conditions? They've decided to obviously take it easy early on, and I'm sure they'll be looking to move well through, so we're going to be just.
This is you've got most of them.
Each of this is in the sense that really interesting turning. Getting out, but when you're coming back and you're tired, we talk about what's going to happen in the last 5 or 6 miles of this race. These tight turns, in fact, there's more on the way back. There's more tight twists and turns that looks like a rhythm. And also, you always talk about sighting people, don't you? Like being able to see people ahead.
We want to do that, and you want to sight the road and have in your mind very clearly, certainly the last 5 kilometres of the race. It shows because we looked around the course 4 or 5 days ago, and there is.
Not Grandad.
Now you're alright.
On in the
I just managed to do a very clever trick and spill Grandma's
On you.
No, not on me, just on the floor.
Well, I guess that's something to be grateful for, I guess.
Yeah. Madam could make a comment, but it can't. But it might be rude. Something along the lines of, if that's your only problem, that seems to be the shortest route.
Please go to them. Me and Mr. Ferris were talking to ask what thing we should do today.
Okay, I'll go. You've got a moustache, like that out. What did I do? Remember.
This morning sunshine. Too early. Even for the good athletes, Brian, it's a case of patience and not getting too carried away in the early stages. It is the Olympic Games, you're full of nerves, you've been waiting for this for an awful long time. It's not a case of doing what I are.
Was going to be the same as it was in the morning of that wonderful 10,000 metre race. But the talent is now collecting towards the front. They're coming towards the 5 kilometre point. We'll be able to get a check on what sort of pace they're going at. But sensibly, athletes are just dropping back. There's Sarah Moreira of Portugal. In the slow motion, you can see the sweat. You can see the jarring of the muscles receive and they hit the ground. Concrete is a little bit harder than an asphalt road would be. Two of the Kenyans keep on.
Brian went off for his own personal copy instead, if you want.
There's a line of athletes. And you know, they're not used to this because when they run the big races that they're winning on fast times, they usually got a company of pacemakers. Well, as we look on the bay, across the city, beautiful green area again. But I think it's supposed to be designed to be as much as but it's completely flat.
Very flat. The monument you just saw there was dedicated to Brazilian soldiers who lost their lives in World War II. This Bay Area, as Brendan was saying, is a very nice grassy area. A lot of sports facilities in this area as well, very popular. People running and cycling. We have quite a lot of people out here watching this morning. 25 to 5K, so around 225-ish pace, something like that. Early stages, that's not too slow, given what we've talked about in the conditions there. It's just to be attached. The first one to find this thing, just remember,
We'll have to work with the only mornings you end up going to your
arena I have.
That's right.
There's something.
You said that's right, Brent. Absolutely, that's right.
Kim surname, so it's a little bit difficult for us to differentiate a name point of view. So those three are right tucked in behind them, just watching where the Japanese runners are a good 8 seconds further back. You can see that in the kind of two of them are. The rest of them are. Yeah, no one was picked, but it is the rest of them. So yeah, so it's breaking up quite early. That first 5K, not perhaps as slow as we thought it might have been.
But you know, they're all the athletes who feature, and all the athletes who won the big races. And when you make a list of the top 10 here, almost all of that top 10 are immediately into this leading group. And the other athletes clearly have decided that at the pace, their own race pace, they're going to settle for whatever it is early on. Not going to bother with this front pace and just be settling down. And you know, Paul, you know, at your best, if you were in a race like this and on conditions like this, and with your intent in trying to win it, would you just be settling just down that group, or would you be like, well, I know you'd love to run at the front, but where would you be now?
I think everything's just settling somewhere else. I'd love to be at my best. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, but it would definitely be sitting in a packed room trying to push it at this point. I'm just looking. It's the humidity time today, so I have to reckon with that in the presentation. It's the highest it's been since we've been here. But looking at the trees in the background, it's pretty breezy out there as well. And this half the loop definitely coming back is a little bit exposed at some points. And so we need to factor that in and we're coming back nicely into it.
Just an update on the two British athletes, Sonny Samuels and Ali Dixon went through 5K, spot on 18 minutes. Now that suggests that probably was the target. They're running in a little group with one or two familiar names. Familiar, as we saw you. So I'm not talking about that second caller. Familiar McCormick, Chuka, all in that sort of 18-minute group. So they'll be looking for a bit of experience in that group. So anyway, water stations, feed stations. How many times do we talk about this?
But you know, there's only 157 runners in here, and you would have thought it would be easy to organise those water stations. But how many times do we see, you know, the mass participation events that are organising that? And at the end of the day, you've got these athletes who, on a day like today, those water stations are hugely important. We've already seen the very first water station, we saw a scramble for position, and it was all the flags were all gathered together, and all, you know, so one athlete went for the drink, and she would have to push some other athlete out of the way. So that was a disappointing opening because the feed stations and the water stations are going to be crucial in this event. And already some athletes are fretting a little bit because they didn't get what they wanted.
Well, I think what's happened is if you're in a major big city marathon, there are a lot of signs as you approach a feed station warning you that it's going to be there. And Shalima, they obviously had not realised that she had a feed station, so they tried to run back through the pack, knocked Shreya's bottle on the floor, and stopped a lot of those girls coming in from getting their bottles and just caused chaos there. And it's not really an excuse for them. It's across 2 feed stations on this course, and most of them will be manned by an official as well to be able to hand it out to the team, so they should know exactly where those feed stations are, especially in the early stages.
That in itself, the organisation has to have a coach or a manager or team coach or personal coach. And the amount of goes into getting already and getting the right level of sustenance in a marathon on a day like this. And then suddenly you hand it over to the officials, and sometimes it goes completely wrong. Yet it's years of preparation, it's months of getting the right kind of drinks, practicing to take those drinks, and then suddenly you've got an organisation that's gone back. That's disappointing.
Well, the pace is still being driven at the front of the reasonable link here, and I think that's why you're seeing lots of different groups, and people will start to feel the way into which group they might have to be running, people have to be running with in these early stages. I think some have committed to that early, that big group at the front are going to pay for that a little bit later on, because the good runners are there, as Brendan was making the point, the runners in there, I think maybe should be sitting off it a little bit. Welcome spray being provided as the temperature continues to rise, and you can see here, despite those trees, the sun is not far from being overhead. It is winter here in Rio, but you can think it's expected certainly by midday, not long after the leaders will have finished, to be getting up to 20 28 to 29 degrees centigrade. That's not the sort of temperature you want when you're running a marathon. Who's that stick of rock? Is it Maria? She's stuck in one foot. She was absolutely disappointed.
Where's Maria? She didn't step up yet.
She won the European Championships just a week ago in a half marathon, but clearly from the injury. Marathon journey ends disappointing. Walking on the roadside, unable to go any further. He's completed 5 kilometers. He's so disappointed. He is a very good athlete. He's 30 years of age, and maybe we will see it again in 4 years' time. But that's it. Disappointment for Portugal and disappointment for Sarah Moreira, already half marathon champion.
I'm getting some mile updates. They've gone through 4 miles. For those of you who have been followers of it, they've gone 22:17. Look at Celine was just simply doing a bit of a burst there. This time she's like, I'm going to get some water in without tripping anybody else up. Manages to do it. The teammate grabs 2. There's people almost queuing. It's so important that they get the water on board in this early stage. So you don't miss the water.
You can see from that, even at water station, the organisation to the year.
Right.
It's all right saying about the fence and right now, but that spray.
Okay, that's really cool too. So that's nice for you lot. I hope it's looking like as always in chance for us. Yourselves, guys. Cheers up.
It's a bit disappointing to see this. And you must feel for these athletes when you realise that around you, the organisation not only is not working 100%, but you rely on it. And then when you're not confident about it, it starts to affect how you think about the race.
I don't see any reason here why they can't stations on both sides of the road. Choose which ones of these things in at the early stage. Chicago, they put the tables right in the middle of the road, so at least the runners can go either side. They know in advance which side their bottle is going to be placed on if it's their first reputation. Water and sponges, you can stick those on both sides of the road and immediately think at some of those problems.
And the spray, it's there to cool it.
What's this supposed to go?
But it's spraying the grass. Watering the grass, not watering the grass.
Yeah, they can't control it with the wind.
They must probably know the wind blows on top of all the time.
They do don't care.
Hello. Hello.
They just stand and go behind.
Whenever you want, we've had the dinner, they're fine, there's no bother at all. They're plugged into the key door, so we don't know we've even got it. Yeah?
It's not hard actually.
I'm only temporary plugged in.
Pardon? Yeah, that's why Maddie says she's only temporarily plugged in. Yeah, she is watching the Olympics with her other eye as well. Yeah? Right, see you then. Bye. Bye.
It's not like your organisation as a team is stretched because it's a
What about 3 minutes?
on this one.
Do about 3.
It's not that difficult to get from
About an hour.
pretty quickly.
No, I mean, and the better teams will have at least, I would hope, 3 or 4 people out there manning those drink stations, making sure that the drinks are there within their reach. I saw the poor girl there trying to get her bottle right in front of the post, and momentum is just going to carry us round forward into the post and just going to leave the bottle out. So they're just not thinking about where they're placing the bottles out there, and hopefully the officials manning the tables are able to put them forward. I mean, I'm going to take my role in invasion. Almost 4K down the road, with leading the women's marathon out to get one of my bottles because the organisers placed 2 on the table. So we had to run it just like down the road. So there will be officials who will think about that. It shouldn't have to come down to that. It should be well organised from the beginning.
Well, Steve, there's Sugarloaf Mountain overlooking the bay. Wonderful sight.
Henrietta Carstairs, British nanny, reputed to be the first to have got to the top in 1817. It's the first recorded trip to the top. I dare say. Beautiful backdrop, Sugarloaf Mountain, as they continue along the day. If you were out for a Sunday morning stroll or out on your bike, you can see so many people doing exactly that. It's a wonderful recipe, but for running a marathon, the surface is good. That's one thing I will say. It's a good surface, and, but there is no shade, no respite from the sun. As we said, you can see already, taking water on board, taking every feed station, getting critical here. And already this lead group is just starting to whittle down a bit. I'm surprised to see the limit of Leah at the front, American. Surprised at this early stage corner. It's not necessary, is it?
It's not necessary, but I think maybe she's been a little bit frustrated with kind of a yo-yoing of the pace there. They first set up pretty quick and then they dropped 10 15 seconds per mile back off that pace. And Lyndon missed out, of course, when she started the marathon in 2012, but with a stress fracture in her femur. So unable to finish. She was pretty heartbroken by that. Was in great shape. Actually worked her way back. She runs very, very well in this type of conditions. She copes very well with the heat and humidity. Third race, and she rarely gets it wrong. So she's on the front, just pushing on. In this way, she already has Amy Crowd, and she's having to react to that and really seriously into contention on the back of that fact, just saying no. That if Deb is at the front pushing, she's not messing around, she's feeling good.
That's a good, strong American team. Amy Crowd, Elaine Flanagan, won the bronze medal in the 10,000 metres in 2008. Lyndon, who's leading, but leading a little bit aggressively. A little bit, looks as though she's picked the pace up a touch, and she's got some good company, but her teammates are going to react to that. And not the Americans love the marathon. They've got some big marathons in the States: Boston, New York, Chicago, three of the big ones. And there's a big following for marathon running. They'll be watching this online in the States. It's not on live on NBC, and they will be reacting to it, and they'll be delighted to see the American leader in the women's marathon.
5 miles in, gone through 5 miles in 27:54, just inside 28 minutes. So the pace is still pretty strong here. I mean, I agree with Brent. I get what you're saying, Paul. I agree with Brent. She looked at her watch. She has maybe just. But at this stage, there's no need. Just sit in the pack. She lays in the pack there. Her teammate packed in the pack. Just sit in the pack with it. Joy. They're obviously gradually moving away from the others. Nice group there. A lot of the main contenders in there. Given what everybody knows, I know what you're saying about the conditions, but it's still early to be pushing things along a little bit.
She's not, she's got the wind behind her. She's not losing it by getting the field. He's still got the road ahead of her. And he's able to maybe run a little bit more freely. And that might be all she's done, is just kind of drift to that and get herself in a good position on the field where she's not feeling blocked. She's not having to watch in front of him. We saw what can happen to the very best last night when Mo just tripped it and went down. These things can happen. If you're out of trouble, then there's no reason not to be up front. It's different to a track race where you need to sit in and you need to not be on the front. You can see there's very well the whole road there. You should just get the pace, take it along, just move yourself to somewhere where you can get a free run at the stations and stay out of trouble.
Well, you've got a good, strong leading group. Very, very good athletes there. I'm interested to see the three Japanese athletes just rolling away from that, just allowing them to go. Fukushi, Ito, and Tanaka in that second group, allowing that group to get away. But if you're in this group here, and looking ahead, every athlete that you thought about may have a chance of winning is in that leading group. So this is trying to get on the back of that leading group. And they're trying to do that.
Because it's so lovely. I'm pretty
At this early stage, the winner, the three, will come from that leading group.
It's interesting. When we drove around this corner, I've only just noticed one of the folks and somebody in his beachwear actually walking up the side of the road.
You really got in those people.
Okay. I thought we were going the other way around, like coming down the other.
Here, and looking ahead, every athlete that you thought about may have a chance of winning is in that leading group. So the task here is trying to get the back of that leading group. Renee is trying to do that. There is, I would say, yesterday, even at this early stage, the winner, and even the three, will come from that leading group.
It's interesting. When we drove around this ball, I've only just noticed. Actually walking up the side of the road.
He really does run in those speed.
I thought we were going the other way around. I come down the other carriageway and turn
Man, it's not this one. We've got lots of things. It's funny, man. When I did my cocktail,
very, very
there was a lot of pushing up.
they only came in.
Where do you want it?
I just worried that they're going to
This is Lady around.
every possibility.
Basically, the wrong sort of temperature on that. Yes?
So,
Now they're in plenty of water.
approaching. The crowd, which is great to see. There is the turn point, a very tight turn point here. 180 degrees.
There is a 10k sign there as they turn the first exit to 34.20.
Oh, what's this about there?
They're quite considered the 17 minutes. So that's my point I think I was trying to make about the American. Why really push on at this particular point? Going in decent pace and pick it up to the dropping into the low 220 pace, which have given this, the race, the conditions, everything else. There's going to be some people hurting later on, that's for sure. Even some of the good people.
I think that's right. I think that leading group has the talent in it, but they're running reasonably quickly in these, I think, difficult now conditions. And I just hope that by the time we get to the next feed stations, some of these people close to the actual organisation.
Again, I'm it's 5 minutes 17.
Why is
Just to keep it like you do that.
I on a different path?
She may not be paid, but she can't take the shot.
I think that's why it's been able to be delayed and steady. Apparently, you expect the line below, the red line here, to take the shortest route. And when we drove around it, that wasn't the case. A lot of the time on this course, you see it take actually the middle line of the road, taking very low, like taking the right lane, and then you can suddenly skip to the next lane a little bit further along. But what they're trying to do is just run those tangents a little bit. But certainly, I think Desi threw down the pace a little bit, and it's been maintained at this point now. Keep on pushing ahead there.
Oh, that looks better.
Yeah. I think they have also.
All of that. Yeah.
So guys, want to order against Tree? Do we have the giveaway and cancel it to yourself? Or what? Because I seriously don't know what to do with this. Because this
The shortest route around the course, which is probably that's what makes the distance for a standard random. And they, you know, if it's as random as you suggested,
we can do the giveaway early. In other words, for me to do the giveaway early.
Yeah.
Because I really don't mind. Because that is not too much pressure to do. Pretty good thing.
All of it a little bit different. We see with our own eyes a little couple of little add-ons in the last stage.
That's gonna you know what has it. Oh, okay. So
Turn around and come back. There is none of them on the road
My feet are everyone.
in the last 2 miles, which to me is not good. It's not the sort of thing that a marathon
It's better.
should have. Beautiful view of the
I've seen that ship actually.
as we see as the Medina.
That I think is a training ship.
Pick up a little bit through that 5K section of the distance. Sonny Samuel still running together. Just a second apart. 35.54, 35.55.
Yeah, it's on. Okay. I don't know if I'm on to do this. Okay. Oh, they done that. Number one.
Really committed themselves. It's
Whew.
very interesting.
I got that. So I mean, it but one's on me. Oh, it's kind of a bit strange.
So we started pretty sensibly. Picked up the pace a little bit, but a bit out.
I'll trade them.
Only a quarter of the distance completed. And that's what we're obviously that is a sensible approach. As we look at the athletes, who I think are going to contend for the gold medal here, there's Mary of Ethiopia, the world champion last year, and she won that race in the sprint finish into the stadium. But it didn't be a stadium today, but you wouldn't be surprised if it came down to a real sprint finish. But there, the athlete contingent on the left-hand side, and the American contingent just found them three together. That's Amy French, Lane Flanagan, and London.
Any one but stuff on train. My trade for birds. So, yeah. Which is really cool. How many people are watching? 5 guys. This is like Nazi. Come on, please stop. I'm gonna destroy you.
And the other group are doing it sensibly and doing it gradually and holding on to their water bottles of the Japanese athletes. Just a few yards down the road, we see this contingent ahead of them. In the Ethiopian distance, there's all of these children that will be running for Bahrain. The recent transfer.
This is just slow a little. The second mile was a 5:34. May well be one of us suggesting a bit of grease on the face as well. So Fukushi looking the best of the Japanese and then trying to bridge the gap between what was a second group of the Koreans and the Japanese. And we're just looking at the paddle water there. Do you know what is it an Olympic rule that the people standing and got a hand?
You can hand water, but if you try and hand water, you need to hand it and try and touch it. You basically need to hold up on the palm of your hand. You hold it in your hand locks their hand come through, and the bottle usually ends up on the floor. So unless they know how to do it, they're going to leave it on. So the momentum is really high, and the water bottles are very squishy. A solid water bottle is what they'll have for their personal drinks. You try to pick up a squishy water bottle, it's easy that it collapses, and they lose the grip on it and it just drops to the floor, which is what happens there. And why they usually have the sponges straight out.
Fukushi, you can just see there, has already crossed Linden, who I think is going to pay for that rather extravagant 6 mile. And Fukushi just trying to latch onto the back of this. You've got 2 rounds there. Three Ethiopians. That's good. So many people out on the route. A beautiful day in Rio. The bay behind them. And getting a free will make their way towards the end there up to the standard line for the finish. Long way away ahead, of course. That will be the first of the 3 laps of the main lap.
But this makes it very special. This is a beautiful recreational area for New York Bay. Fantastic opportunity to see the athletes. They're running up and down here, so you better see them 6 times. And then if you nip back and watch TV, you'll see the finish. So I think this is perfect. This is where it should be. A great bit of pre-show, taking over the city of Rio. There's been some criticism of the crowd have been attending various events, but really no response. Here's the ones that happen on a beautiful Sunday morning. Sunday morning running. Long way to my team. There's any athletes out there that will be able to support camera bikes and not that usual holiday. Very, very good business.
Europeans looking very comfortable. Just was looking at Sungong with her. She's the Kenyan athlete on the left. I think it's favourites. Always looking at these episodes, young people are looking on their face, whether they're sweating a little bit more or looking a little bit more distressed. It's not back into this group.
Come on, guys, if the race can stop. Seriously, we don't want to do this. Goodbye.
She came actually through very quickly and made up 7 seconds last kilometre to join that group. And she just worked her own way steadily and then just carried on from there. I just don't think she likes the yo-yo.
So a pretty big group there, and the two of the Koreans with the other Japanese athletes. They're all being strung out now, Spaniel a little bit further back there, with the rest of the European athletes. So look at trying to get back with Yokushi. That's what I was saying, made that really big surge, really. Probably thought here's my opportunity to get into that group. And those opportunities might not happen too often. So still early stages in the marathon. Big group at the beginning, all of the main competitors still involved.
The news live on the Red Document at Sports Athletic Cable viewers. And for everybody else, you can continue to watch it via the Vintage Sports website and the app. But we will be back to this in about 20 minutes' time. But we have much to reflect upon here after the closing stages of the rowing regatta yesterday. And it has been an absolutely fantastic regatta once again for Great Britain's rowers. They have topped the medal table again.
There's the beat. There's always the beat. From the narrowest half begins the wondering moments before. Then it is the rate of half we spoke London. The beat is the rhythm of the boat. Play that sings and cools through the water. It is the steady, hard breathing of you alone or above the ground. It is the beat that torments. It seems to never end. The beat that takes you to exhaustion. Then further still. You dig deeper and pull harder until lungs close, muscles fail, legs are on fire. Until you think, I can't find anymore. Not just when you must, but there is always the beat. Time over time again, until finally it ends. The noise of the world outside comes in. And the crowd of really
And here at the spectacular Live Award, Great Britain's rowers secured 3 gold, 2 silvers in the last 7 or 8 days. At last, can we confirm on the plane to Rio were Catherine Drake and Victoria Thornley. They were first to come good.
This is never like a plan for myself. I just think there'd be a one-time Olympian and I'm the fun.
Best performance by a British women's ever. Great performance.
It's not going to change it.
It was a conspiracy of the road from Great Britain.
You know, I said this was one of my favorite medals, but it's slightly I remember thinking, if I'm going through again, I did not want to think of why that goes to Beijing. So we landed. After London, Catherine took 2 years out to grow. She decided to come back, but it hasn't been easy. The partnership with Britain Thornley not gelling. Then everything changed. And here in Rio, they took under the final 4 into the final. A strong start.
2 crews going at it. It's changing the punches here. It's Bio at the moment. They are now the Poland now coming up level. They're hanging on for dear life. Thornley and Granger, they will need to have one last push. One last 60 into the reserve here. They're going to bet on this. That's the short. But for them, it's all about the goal middle. And Poland now gets their power ahead. It's going to be a long choice. You never rode every cover. Long choice. You're going to recover. Don't worry about that. The long choice. You don't go down. You're never going to have another job. Legs down harder and harder again. The last 5. They're hanging on. Poland now are feeling the pain. But they're going to be a new big champion. Here comes Poland. Poland getting Olympic gold. Great Britain's Thornley and Granger getting Olympic silver medals. They have come from nowhere this season. They are going away Olympic silver medalists.
When those races started, they empty the ticket out for fans. Because he led was to be but 2 more things for the last couple of years, you know, I'm so proud of what we've done. You know, it's a medal that I'm making worth money on, so please.
About a year.
I think, yeah, I'm so thankful to Catherine. Like, she did such a good job in that race. It was a really quite big commitment, and I'm not sure what happened in the end. I don't know if it just got a bit high or whatever, but I mean, I'm a bit lost in all this morning, so it's a bit of a wild ride.
That was Thursday. This is Sunday. Catherine, Vicky, welcome once again, sporting these very beautiful and rather heavy silver medals. You've got lots to compare it with, I must say, Catherine. And has the satisfaction properly soaked in now, Catherine?
Still soaking, probably. We're both in the race, and genuinely absolutely thrilled with the result because the journey has been so hard to get this boat right and with the ups and downs. But I think what was the race? I honestly feel we laid it all out on that day. We put our best possible performance, and you know you can leave happy even with the silver these days because there's nothing else to do that.
Vicky, you're properly famous now. Did you told me early on?
What's the reaction? Yeah, it's a bit crazy when my friends have messaged me saying, I've heard strangers talking about your race in London, and it's been, yeah, it's been a bit of a whirlwind ever since, really. It's a bit surreal. Like, I had to turn my phone off for the week we were going to stay in London or not, and I mean, it was really on, and you know, wrote messages and calls with my 15, it was just crazy.
Exploding, yeah. Yeah, when you think about it, the Olympic camp at the top of the competition had, I think, 6 in the world, 4 in Europe, went on the plane, went on the plane. It had traversely. Did that actually you were trying to prove it could be wrong? Yes.
I don't think we're sort of driven by this. To be honest, some people have been but I think what it was when we
finally did get selected, and it was a late selection, like you said. We had one race and then 50 days to the Olympic final, and I think it was incredibly useful to just narrow that focus. We couldn't hurry into practice, we couldn't for everything to go on with it. Every day we just had to make that step forward. So I think that kind of intensity and that sort of simplicity definitely rocketed us through the field. You'd be sitting alongside a woman who's now got 5 Olympic medals with you, and this is your first. I want to ask you what you were doing in 2007 and what impact your mum has had in your career at this point.
Yeah. So I was just about to go to university, and even if I had a gap year, and I was working in a local pub. My mum saw an advert in the paper for Sporting Giants, the UK sport initiative, to try and get 4 people into some sports club, London 2012 games. And I think they wanted the guys to be at something. So you might be quite good at that. I think the original sport she thought, volleyball. I didn't know anything about rowing. I didn't know actually fall to row. So I thought this looks like an opportunity. I wanted to use my height for something in life. I'm not been born maybe 6'4" and I should be using it for something. And they were on to the testing, and they thought I had an ability and ability to get sport rowing. And now we're here, but it just changed my life overnight. It's extraordinary, really, and I have to say, being considerably small. I always feel like I'm in the land of the giants.
So we got our first house, did it?
How tall is tall?
Saw an advert.
I think me and Frank Hampton are the tallest in the women's team, and we're around 6 meters before. And then I think the tallest guy is tall Paul, as we call him. He's, I think, 6'8". In the 8, yeah, okay. Right, I'm just going to stay quiet with it right now for the time being. When you look, Catherine, at what you've achieved, 4 silvers and a gold medal, is that enough? Are you quite happy to go out there now and just sort of drift off into the sunset? You're going to get a job.
Well, I don't want to rush into getting a job. You know, I've worked with 40 years, so I don't want to be quick jumping into anything. I think in a way, most athletes will say, you keep coming back because enough is never enough. You want more. That start line that you saw in the video, it is a little body. It's just I'm just so lucky I've got to do it. 5 times in 5 days. And there's so much I love it. It's not like we should do it for the rest of our life. I've never expected it. We should see other people's dreams. So I obviously don't know what I'll be next, but
I'm saying, we're going to do that. That's not likely to happen.
Is there a danger that we're taking all this for granted? Because up until about 2000, as you well know, there weren't that many multi-medal winning women in the British team. It has completely changed this century. I think it's great. At least I take it for granted in a way because it becomes normal. It's like, well, we should, people should be. I was talking about the one Olympic medal. We should talk about that first, giving the impression of more. And I grew up and very good was still in the team, and he went out and got 5 medals. So it's kind of, I think it is inspirational seeing other athletes do it, and female athletes now do it, so that the new generation coming in think it is quite normal to do that. And that's exciting. That's great because the boundaries should keep being stretched all the time. You sat in the boat. You've been with this woman for a long time. Your roommates right now. I'm not sure that the days are actually long enough for you, but what's the key thing that you've learned from this experience by sitting next to this woman?
Wow, good question. I think everyone said that Catherine loves Olympic finals, and I've never seen her. I sit behind her because I could see her back, and obviously I rode behind her every day in training. So there's just something that was just bursting out of her in that race, and it was something I'd never really experienced going behind her before. Like she just absolutely set us off for the race that mattered, and that was something that was stood out to me and was just really, really impressive. And just amazing to be part of. Good question about this trial.
Last question. And what's the one indulgence that you denied yourself for a long time that you're now going to allow yourself?
Yeah.
Hey! All right, not recommended before a race, clearly, but you deserve one now. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for a really thrilling process. Okay. Well, that was an unexpected and wonderful surprise, that medal, but expectations were considerably higher both in women's career and the men's 4 on Friday.
Had the glove on and the header standing. They are
in a sort of growing bit.
These are the days when they live for. So fingers crossed, they are away. Good luck, Helen. Good luck, Heather. It's absolutely sensational. Both 500 for Helen and Heather. And a push there from Glover and Stanley. That's opened up Clearwater. They've got this is an imperious display. 100 out now, and the heads are still head high. They believe themselves to the line here. Denmark coming hard, New Zealand are coming hard, but they're going to run out of water, and so they should because of a negative lead in the opening 1,000 meters. They are fearless, they are without equal, they are history makers. Great Britain's Glover and Stanley defend their Olympic titles. They are suddenly style. It's Carlisle down here. They're going to go for Great Britain.
Examination will be, this is not late at all. So, just seeing so much better to see them come in towards the end here was the most emotional thing I've ever seen in my life.
Two-time Olympic champions, Helen Glover and Heather Stanley.
Here we go. We did it in Sydney, and then in Athens, and then in Beijing, and then in London. Can it be 5 in a row in the men's Coxter sport for Great Britain?
The sharp start from the British crew. Again, between the two crews here, Great Britain and Australia, and they both of those have opened up clear water.
This is what they're trained for. This is their 500 meters of pain, and they will enjoy this pain. And every little bit that they make it hurt themselves, he finds a pain on his wrist. That's what I was enjoying with them.
They're coming up here. The British have come under pressure at the halfway mark. They've responded. They're the Olympic champions. They've played it smart again, but that's exactly what we expected. And hats off to Yuri Broker, who has led the British forward through the last 5 Olympiads to do this.
We just nailed that. That was our perfect race. And we did it right at the right time on the right day. And these boys.
They must be really, really thrilled. They wanted it more than anything.
Now you're both in this funny sort of post-race, all over, they've won. Oh, right.
And this, in a nutshell, is why modular furniture is furniture of choice in an Olympic studio here. We've got them all here, Helen and Heather, we've got the boys as well, absolutely wonderful to see. I'm sensing that they're a little tired and emotional this morning. Would that be right, Jacqueline?
Yeah, I've never sensitive days when you get up to go to this.
Okay, right. Well, in which case I'm going to start with Gail. Shall I really start with all right, let's not go into any details here. Helen and Heather, congratulations to you both. You are double defending Olympic champions here. And first of all, what are the last couple of days like since winning the second gold medal, and how much more difficult was it to achieve than first time around? I mean, yeah, it's quite a different story to our first gold medal, because it was quite a whirlwind actually. It was almost a sort of short-term partnership in terms of the scheme of an Olympiad. We hadn't even had a whole Olympiad training together. We went there as favourites, but quiet favourites. Thankfully, we enjoyed that. And when we won, it took a long time to realise that we had one, because it had been such a quick and short, sharp introduction to being Olympian. But now we've had 4 years hard work. And you don't do it once, work potentially harder the next time round and not win. And that was in the back of our minds. We put in more hours, more work, more pressure, definitely more media pressure. And to have that rest on our shoulders, it did weigh quite heavy on the start line. So I think that sense of relief was way more immediate than it was in London. You know, that's interesting, because I heard you interview afterwards, and you said that you felt much more emotional through the whole process. Emotional has a variety of meanings, I suppose. What do you mean by that?
Physically, I'll be way more emotional. I'm not someone who cries. I've cried a lot in the last few days. I'm like, why? It's crazy. But I think because after London, London, we didn't know what it was like to be an Olympian, let alone be an Olympic champion. We came here knowing what it's like to be an Olympic champion, what it means to win that race. So to lose it would be devastating. It was
a lot of internal pressure on ourselves as well as external stuff. And yeah, it just means so much. And yeah, emotionally to us and Robin, our coach, and our families as well who come out here.
And you've done it, and then we move on and we always start what's next. The next, of course, for you is organising the hen night.
I know, exactly.
It's a really hen, isn't it?
I know, I've come to very places to have them, but yeah, I've got the venue sorted.
Lynn's already here, so that doesn't count. I know, it's a blockers and things called it. Like that, yeah. But after the wedding, clearly, we've got to make some decisions. I believe that we have. What is in your mind before we come to? I think mine is I love what I do, and to walk away from it, that it would have to be something really special as I do. In moments like this, you enjoy every minute and forget the cold morning, very nice off the road, being sick, training too hard, and those are the times where you think, why do I do this? Why do I put myself through this? I think it's about going home. I'm definitely going to take some time. I think everyone as well to just kind of decompress, live a normal life for a little while, and then no rash decisions. Yeah, we'll see. And Heather, I know that one of the key moments of your success in London was going back to Lottie Night and you were cream tea in the temple by the citizens of Lottie Night. That was one of what's the plan, not just in celebration, but the way forward for you?
Yeah, I think exactly what Helen said. Just putting a bit of time out and being on the web for a while. I think I went back to work quite quickly after London, and this time I'm going to take a few more months. I think just be myself and step away from training for a while and see some friends and family because I haven't been away with my family in the last few years. So go up to Scotland, spend some time up there.
Yes, and Tokyo 2020. Have you got a vision for that? Maybe. Okay, I'm not going to get to that because you've got plenty of decisions to make, and of course, we wish you all the very best for the wedding. I'm sure they will. And succession planning is something that has been, well, a brilliant part of the men's core success since 2000. Alice, you are a part of the team from 2012, and this has been a constant feature really through since 2000. And before we get into this, your son was very disappointed that your first gold medal wasn't made of chocolate. And is he very happy with the reaction to it?
He was born when I was growing. He's anyway, he was crying when he wants to turn over the channel at home, watching the house. It's just part of his life, it's just normal to him. But one day he'll go to school and we'll talk about the Olympics, and his friends will hopefully take his dad's name and they'll be able to say
Let's come on with the gold medal on both occasions and talk about succession planning. Why has the British team got it so right the last 5 Olympics? Constantine?
Well, I suppose the most obvious kind of source of continuity in that time is our coach, Jürgen's Robert. So if you're looking for any kind of one reason, it's from him. And he has a system and it works, and he drives us pretty hard. And I suppose every time we just found out we got him doing. There's no secret to it. It's part of the pressure. I think it worked pretty well.
Well, more Constantine than George, you won bronze in London in several different boats. So this thing hanging around your neck now, Mo, what does it actually represent to you?
Like a lot of 13 years of hard work. I was picked up for a town ID to win kind of medals like this, and then obviously you get bronze in London, and it's a bittersweet moment because of myself and truly it's a big compliment. So yeah, through that roller coaster to make the dedication to come back and try and live life as such, and it just feels really good to have a name around it.
George, you asked me to go easy on you today. Was it a big night last night?
Yeah, it was.
I think you just went through your throat a bit. I know it's probably cruel in that case to actually look at what happens next, but I don't think there's ever been a crew that's come back as a quartet to successfully defend the men's four title. Is it something that's in your sights, or will this
succession planning business start to kick in once again? What should you do?
We sort of have a bit of a culture really where this team is bigger than the individuals. I think it'd be very rare that if the four of us came back as a unit and did it again. But you know, that would obviously not be very special if it did. But yeah, it's quite difficult to really commit to anything now except the next few days.
Where's the water, please? Guys, you've earned your success, you've earned your gold medals, and it's a fantastic sight to have all six of you sitting here with these gold medals. Can I just see how heavy this actually is? I know it's the first question that I'm always asked. How heavy these things? Heavy. And there's a lot of blood, sweat, tears, and hard work that goes into making them heavy. Congratulations. That was a fabulous Friday. And there was a super Saturday as well, as 8 and 9 of them in each boat got on the water.
The women's eight have never won a medal at the Olympics before. They've had chances and fallen short. This is a major step forward for the women's eight. Who knows, we can start now to think it could be a really good showdown between the United States of America and Great Britain. Great Britain, these out onto the boat, right into the second, and the ball
Yeah, I thought between 200 million and 95. The odd 82 the peak. There's a long army out now.
Going to have to draw themselves back, but they are out of it. They are out of
Maybe you can get some sugar on there. I'm not that a bit.
Sidelines, they just built this amazing crew spirit. They really enjoyed their rowing, their training, built so much momentum. And I think they just had that trust and faith in each other. They could go out and race their race, and that's what we saw today.
These 9 girls, they've got 50 more behind us than boys here.
I have absolutely no doubt. Even when we were lost, we were going to go through.
These girls are strong, they're sassy, they're inspirational, and I'm so happy to be here with them. I just couldn't have dreamed of a more amazing experience to finish on them. So much trust in every single one of them. And now there's a whole generation of rowers. Those girls can really believe.
Oh, they're strong and they're sassy, and they're all here once again. The women's eight with that historic medal yesterday, and we've got Mel, Zoe, Jess, Polly, Olivia, Katie, Fran, and Karen. Hello, ladies. How lovely to see you. The story of sassy was in this unit, best of all. Is sassy the best way to describe this lot?
Sassy started off as a bit of a joke, to be honest with you, because Fran was being sassy. She was giving someone some back chat one day. And it's just something we've kind of gone with as a bit of a fun joke, and now it's taken off with it, unfortunately. But I think it's annoying people, so now we just want to do it. To be honest, they were.
And they made history. You all made history. It was a wonderful thing. And I know that Fran, you've been involved in rowing for a very long time now, and you've got a third silver medal around your neck here. But in terms of this women's eight, this was the last unit really to get a full-time coach. It was the one that has been crying out for this for a a little while. And is there a feeling that you have at last fulfilled the potential that's been probably not been waiting?
Yeah, absolutely. When I started, I was first on the team in 1995, and the first British women's world medal was in 1997. Since then, it's been building, and absolutely outstanding coach we've got in James Harris, who's really put us together. And it might seem like we've punched up this year into the medals, but when I joined this group on the 1st of January, I was like, wow, these girls can do it, we can do it. And then at that point, there was still 14 to get into the nine.
I'm sorry guys, I caught a video I haven't had this
so
day. And it's actually
so
terrible.
many experiences with one
So, I'm so sorry.
I think we just really trust each other.
Well, I can ask you about the stacking of the teams in rowing, because in the men's A, it's usually that the stacking goes into the men's four. And I think over the years, there's been a feeling that the best rowers have perhaps gone into the women's pair and the double sculls as well. But that now seems to be a thing of the past. This is a really strong unit. And how together have you been over the last few months?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, we have a very strong team of every single great woman in the team has medalled, and that is just something outstanding. I think there's probably no other team in the world that can boast that. And you know, the women that sit beside me are Kate and a little one, very strong, determined, focused women, and I think that's why we've come out on top. And the same goes absolutely Helen and Catherine Vicky. You know, we have a very strong team, and that's why we're delivering the result.
Excellent. And you have made, as I say, history. You know, you've got Zoe and Bill on the phone film, but two Zoes, which is always reassuring. I can say something. What about this Zoe here? I think for people who don't row and they see you out there with the oar and you're going for it, what role does the Cox play, and how significant was her contribution on the day in that race?
Absolutely, very captive in the race when we were last at halfway. I don't think any of us actually really realised that, apart from possibly me, because I couldn't see anybody at all sitting at the front of the boat. But Zoe kept really cool, calm, collected, and just called our race, called our processes, our patterns, and yeah, really sort of pulled us into that sort of mental position. It was our physicality, her words, and her motivations inside.
And now, looking back on that race, the Americans, for them, that's their race. They absolutely stack that boat with their best athletes, and you got close to them this time, and it's a real dominance of that nation in this event. What do you think of this?
Yeah, I think, I mean, as a group, we were very careful not to put them on too much of a pedestal. They've obviously got this huge history and they've not lost a race in a long time, but they are just women just like us, and I'm sure that they trained just as hard as us, and I'm sure that they were just as nervous as us yesterday morning. So we just kind of tried to humanize them as much as possible and just see them as like just that other girl that next to us that way, really.
And now we talk about the future. Jess, the future. Tokyo. I'm going to put this one on you. Go on then. What happens now? How quickly do you find out whether you will all stay together or find space like the beginning of what happens with personnel from here on?
Well, in rowing, it's very much a 4-year project, and it's Nico, Good, and probably for quite a few of us, it might be our son in case we've been 3 now together. So to kind of finish here with a silver's great. I think some of the girls will be carrying on and rocking it to 2020. So I think we'll have a great week now, sit down and do the debriefing and reviewing, and probably go our separate ways. But we're going to always have union rows in this age, I'm sure now forevermore.
You make a very good point, because Katie, you were in the last 2 boats at the last 2 Olympics, and has this medal been an awfully long time coming from your perspective as well?
Yeah, I mean that's the first thing that David's kind of like, you know, you know, it's been a long time, and I think it's for us in Beijing, we struggled with injury with the night before the final, and it was so, you know, so kind of heartbreaking to have that, but we both knew that was something that was going to be there for us in the third 500, you know, that living on that, so it's
Strength, a lot of it, exactly. And Olivia, I just want to ask about the celebrations of the last few hours. Are you allowed to give me any clue? And I'm sorry, I've picked on you on this one. But you look the most well quiet at the moment.
Yesterday everyone talked about me. One of the crew that would actually like the lion, and I don't feel like I've had no maximum capacity. So last night was fun. We all went to the British House together and met our families there and celebrated with everybody. And we haven't even had enough time yet to like go back to the hotel and like, have a look at our phones and celebrate with everybody at home yet. But that's all to come. I'm sure it'll be very nice.
Well, you deserve it. And you deserve it because I know a lot of alcohol people watching Rose see the sheer pain that Rose go through. Do you know what I'm saying? And I know I'm not going to ask you to describe this, but there must be a point where you think, clearly, the pain is worth it. But when people see that naked pain, it would attract them to Rose.
I don't even know. I don't even know. I think after doing it, you get, because it is so painful and because you've completed it and you've done well, and or even if you've not done well, just that feeling afterwards that you just feel really good. And I think that's kind of what attracts them to it. But yeah, it was quite painful for me. It was a painful day yesterday. I find it quite hard to celebrate.
After the pain comes the pleasure, and you deserve an awful lot of good times ahead. But ladies, thank you very much for an historic breakthrough in women's rowing. Wonderful. And in the men's eight, well, we haven't had a gold medal for 16 years. That was about to change yesterday as well.
Anything from the British point of view, of course, is not dwell on the result until its history.
I met on common goal to achieve it. They know they will have to bare their souls and leave absolutely everything out there on the lake. And if they do that, they will know they will be rewarded for it. The British have jumped out and Great Britain leading.
This is where Great Britain to get ahead of 500 metres. It's 100% 500 metres determining this race. It's all going the right way so far. This is they've got good rhythm going there. Will Saxon stroke C setting a nice rhythm. They're going to go straight for stroke with the jump. They're both really slightly better, which is why you can just see the sides inch away.
Into the third 500. Surely they've got enough in. They can't rest. But they'll now stop it again. It's going our way here. They are strong and they are long. The Germans now are giving it one last push. So too are Netherlands. But Great Britain are hanging on. And they do with their heads up and they're climbing tactic. Almost there. Just the last couple of strokes. Great Britain in the men's set are the Olympic champions. And that's the best thing about it. The fish go up and Finn Hill. Welcome to the Glass Ceiling. It's Olympic champion for you and your crew. Salute each and every one of you.
I can't believe it. It's absolutely incredible. I just couldn't envisage this moment. It was difficult to know. I mean, we were watching the race and seeing them off the start and realising that they were taking the lead from the front. And they kept it there, and it was just incredible. I can't believe it's actually done it. They've actually done it.
Another one.
Yeah, that's all right. Number 12. Good. It's fantastic what they got. Top race as they matched for and wonderful.
These guys are magnificent today. Absolute gladiators. That was Gangroo, the fiercest, ruthless. I mean, that was the best fight as it comes. That was really good. Every hard thing you went through, everyone you made it set my language and everything. I think it's amazing one of the guys. And Finn was ready for that one. That was a big race. I'm so speechless.
And I have to say, having not had a single guest in the studio on our shift, I've now had 26 in the last 10 minutes. I'm really enjoying this. Thank you very much for all your efforts. The men say, Gillian, I want you to introduce everybody and give me a one-word adjective to describe the moment, please.
Oh my God. Yeah, right, okay. So on the far side, Paul, besides being tall, top knot. Matthew, late. Scott, bald. Gotti, shoulders. Hodgie, bald. Pete, Will, Alfie.
Nice. And Pete, one more for him.
Did you say Ralphie from Will? Oh, I would have said that for you. Drunk.
I think we'll leave it in Gobi, shall we? Right. But I do notice, Andy, that you got into the spirit here that I used to sell tropical country music that you could.
Absolutely.
Okay, and a little hydration. I need to talk about these two guys. It's a third gold medal. Congratulations. What has this team done together and how have you done it?
Done something very special. Yeah, really special. I'm still lost for words. I just saw the clip there, and it takes more than 24 hours to get this all together. How we've done it is easier than what we've done, and how we've done it is young. We're all very different personalities. Actually, we identified that very early on when we got together, and it didn't stop us from gelling. I mean, we got the best mix from all of us, but it's really found the way to get us all together and get the best out of us, especially yesterday. And we tried all the way through the season our very, very hardest, and we had mainly downs, not ups. And yesterday, in his words, was a masterpiece.
Andy, how do you gel personalities like this? Because there must be times when you really get on each other's nerves, isn't there?
Yeah, of course, without a doubt. We're 8 or 9 drinking coaches and 11 very passionate individuals. But I think the key has been to try and compress everyone into what they should be. Sort of this is not working for, but actually embrace our strengths, our individual strengths, accept our weaknesses, and form the crew together under that model. It's different every time. That's the beautiful thing about teams, about rowing. You can't approach it from the same angle each time. And this is a unique blend of individuals. And just as Pete said, and the Jurgen's guidance, this is one of his secrets is that he doesn't try and break anybody into a certain mold. He'll enable you to get the most out of yourself. And that's the really part of the second word behind this.
It was wonderful when Matt had done it, was it, from your perspective?
I think we just kind of, come out and do a lot of focus just on us, really. So, irrelevant of what the other folks are doing, we still had a plan to kind of do our own thing. And when we came to halfway, knowing that everything was done and basically working really, and we just sat there watching everyone kind of tucking out behind us. I think it's probably one of the most dominant papers I've been in.
And Scott, you look overall, we're at the top of the medal table again. Is there a real feeling of collective celebration this morning? I'm not going to ask for details, I think it could get ugly. But overall, how would you rate this entire performance by British Racing?
I think it's been strong. I think definitely from the heavyweight men's side of things, it's been incredibly strong. The market obviously we've missed out, and it's difficult when you're celebrating goals with people who they've wanted, and the great team definitely haven't achieved what they want. So it's a bit of mixed emotions, but for us definitely a big celebration.
Matt, I know that James Cracknell described you as the best rower not to have one goal yet before that final, and you climbed because what does it represent for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's making a lot of nice joke. So it was this master finally being not that person. So yeah, it's definitely a long time coming, especially the move for me. It's my third time in the 8th. Silver and bronze and Beijing in London. I really felt this time was the right chance, and this time we were going to make it happen. And the confidence we've had through the whole season, we've had the ups and downs. We've never lost confidence that we were going to win it on the day. And like I said, it's. I mean, we talk about 4-year cycles, but I mean, it's been a lot longer than that. It's almost been 16 years of kind of building up to this. So I think as far as I'm concerned, this is kind of my swan song. It's it's a good way to finish off.
It's a hell of a way to finish off, I must say it. So, Paul, I'll before you that. Paul, you said yesterday, and it struck me very strongly in your interview that you gave about all the birthdays missed. You said yesterday, and we're not talking your birthdays either.
I didn't miss them.
but whose did you miss, and how special has it been to those who did?
Oh, so I was really looking for something you want to say people win medals and win the Olympics and kind of what's going to be still always kind of this state out and you think I'm not going to point which is I'm not going to say the same thing everyone said. And then you get there and you're totally wiped out and you just fall and saying the same thing. So birthdays is just a representation of it's not just birthdays, it's everything, all of the same list birthdays. For everyone's right, like parents, friends, girlfriends, literally everyone, a lot of people put up with us for a really long time to make any of this happen. And all kind of putting up with us, birthdays is just a representation of who knows what. Things we don't even know we've missed. That's how bad it is. True, yeah. Things you don't know, that's bad.
It's all funny into the equation area. And finally, can I ask Will, how much does it hurt when you are in those last closing meters of a race like that, and is it worth it?
I thought you meant this morning. It hurts right now. The difference is when you're up, it's the camaraderie got within the 8 and sort of developing that the whole way down the track is something that is carried through. And when you're in that winning position, you just feel like a god. Like yesterday was just a dream. So, yeah.
I love that. You just feel like a god. Fantastic. And this is God in the hot seat, really. In the cockpit seat, anyway. And then, Gary Herbert was part commentator, part Cox yesterday in the commentary box, and he's got an idea of what it's like. When they're down, when they're not good, is there other key words that you say without swearing, that really start to flip the switch for these guys?
It's hard on. I would say it's a little bit. I mean, most of the time we've been fantastic and it's funny. All crews are different, but it's true. There's never really been a real time where we've been really down. Like I think every session we've gone out, the guys have always delivered, and even when you just ask them to do something, that's been the best thing about this boat. That they've always responded positively. I don't think there's been a single specific word which has made the difference. I think everyone's really, really highly motivated. We know what we need to do. We build a strong rhythm. We build a strong pattern, and we're just able to do it on the day.
Right, goals. Fantastic. Guys, thank you so much. I can actually remember that, yeah. Gentlemen, thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure seeing you race over the last few days. And you can drink a few more waters. Thanks, guys. You deserve it. Well played. There are lots of other people that are working hard right now around the Olympic City, and not least on the roads around Rio. We are heading straight back to the women's marathon.
Well, that's the gap between Linden and the USA, who for more than one occasion tried to pause the pace. She's just catching a little bit, perhaps the lead group are just maybe having a little bit of a breather amongst themselves. That lead group, which hasn't changed too much in the recent miles. It's this lady here, Azulina from Belarus, who's been the one who's, I would call the agitator, the one who's wanting to push things on a little bit. It looks very possible, you have to say that. For the first time, a little gap appears, just a small one. There are others, the Ethiopian and Kenyan and Bahrain athletes, the two Americans, just look at each other a little bit, although Amy Craig Just feeling that she was a little bit disturbed and then she's off the back by 3 meters. So Mazurana just forcing things here, getting a 340 to lead. And how quickly will Ethiopians and the Kenyans respond?
Amy Craig, the United States looking under pressure for the first time now. He struggled a little bit. We thought she was going to stay in contention, but that is going to be a difficult journey for the American champion. Two Americans not being in groups, and it's great to see. And Shalane Flanagan, medalist from 2010,000 meters, is still in that group. Mazurana is trying to push it along. But in that group following her, the world champion, the world championships. Third place at Kiowa in the World Championships from last year. So they're all there. The London Marathon winners there, some gone. So we've got an outstanding group of athletes in this leading group. The weather's getting a little bit still warm and getting warmer. The conditions haven't been conducive for distance running this morning, but we're going to have a great race now. It's a test of endurance. Nearly an hour is running left, so there's plenty of action ahead. There's going to be an awful lot of changes. And that's
just an update on the two British athletes, Charlie Dixon and Sonia Samuels. They've moved through the field gradually. They were in about 70th position in the first 5K, 10K. Now they've moved into the 42nd and 43rd. They're running together. They have not been more than a second apart right throughout the race. They're now in 42nd, 43rd position. Chicken is near the there's a little bit further ahead of them at the minute. She's in 32nd position from Ireland. And he can move through the field. The point corner is a very valid one. Whatever is happening in the further down the field as well. But those who overcook this literally in the early stages are going to pay a heavy price later on.
that includes Kipple, silver medalist in the World Championship last year. He's comfortable in that group for a while, and suddenly just a step too far. So now only one Kenyan in that leading group.
Yeah, what you will notice here is that as much as Amy Craig and Leslie Linden have been dropped off that race group, they won't go back as quickly as Kiprop will because it's a different mentality, a different style of attacking the race. And very much just go with the stay out as you get, and then when you're done, you're done. Whereas,
if you're running that sort of tempo, she'll need it, won't she?
they just can't keep with that race. In the last check, Leslie Linden had whittled that gap.
I reckon that's massive, isn't it?
Whether she'll now be able to pull up, catch Amy Craig and then run with her for a
You want me to put
work
Sim on the
together
back
just
for
to
each
give
other?
themselves a little bit of concrete and try and continue to make inroads on that leading group.
Now the group is down to 7. I'm really excited to include Flanagan. We're looking at Amy Craig and Kiprop. We're fading off that group. Amy Craig needing rallying a bit more than Kiprop. Kiprop just stretched as far as she can. But if there's company there, that's an advantage for the payroll. But that gap is 8 seconds and growing.
Previous mile was around 5:34 and still around 2:25 pace. So you keep that halfway, pushed for a little bit, settled down again. Zula now looking behind, see how big is this keep that home. Kind of feel like they're having a little bit of she's got to 2 here. Keep up with the crowd. As good as get 8 seconds back now. There's Chilimo of Bahrain for Kenya. Goes Chilimo. Sigai looking very comfortable in here. Mara Dibaba, the world champion on the inside. The smaller of the two Ethiopians looking comfortable. Shalane Flanagan, as she has done the whole time in the first further as she needs to following the red line. Mazurana just drifts across as they follow the red line, which is meant to go tangentially on this course. And concentrating on that, and you see here Linden has got a good sight here at the two athletes ahead who are coming back from that lead group. She's stepped her task really well. The three Americans are putting themselves brilliantly here in this Olympic marathon, given the conditions we have for this. We keep making the point. So far to go in terms of what's going to happen in this race. All of the drama always happens in the last 5 or 6 miles. It's great that we've still got so many people in contention. We've had some good championship marathons in recent years, and we may well be heading for another one here.
And in that group, the world champion, Maria Dibaba of Ethiopia, the tiny figure on the other side, She's been what you would say a quiet race. She's just been there, not following the lead, not troubling anybody there, but just settling in that group. She is the champion. She ran earlier this year in London, finishing 6th place. When the home guys in marathon people say, well, she's only 6th in London. But this one, the Ethiopians admire the marathon like no one else. They've had champions in the marathon.
17 miles completed, another 5:35 mile. So the pace is steady. And it's almost as though they're building and waiting. They're just trying to get rid of anybody else who can't stay with this. But there's no big push yet, no big turn. They'll get to the bottom of this lap, where they'll make another 180-degree turn, and then they'll be picking up turning for home now. Will not make this turn again. From this point on, when they make that turn, they'll have the chance to start thinking about those last 10 Ks, which so many occasions is where sometimes the wrong moves are made. Sometimes you get a bit excited, a bit carried away, make a move a little bit too early. I always think of the same race, patience is never a bad thing. But Serene's running, what a race she's having.
Giving everything out there, and I think as you can see behind the other two American athletes now, as before what happened, Debbie Linden has caught up to Amy Craig and working together. But the Americans put their trials in Los Angeles, conditions very similar to this, really caught up the course as well to try and make it similar. I know that Shane Flanagan and Amy Craig have been down here and have run on this course, have run on this week, and really get to know it really well. They haven't left any stone unturned, even going through the water stations and the drink stations. If you watch their technique, take the bottle, take a sponge, they shove the sponge down the back of the shorts, run with it for a little bit, and then use that to cool themselves off.
Just to point out, she is really moving, and if you remember, I said about 2 miles back, she was 30 seconds behind the leading group, and you can see that now, the graph to them is now 13 seconds, and she's taken almost 20 seconds out of the leader. I think they're settling the leaders a little bit, and nonetheless, I think the confidence that's giving her, she's thinking she just has to keep it quite straight for the winner, with that momentum she's carrying. She doesn't want to get too carried away here, because when somebody makes in that league group, some of them will drop off. And then she's running strongly, the two Americans going very well here.
Never see that in terms of not having
Great trail and traction.
Just 20 seconds. See this challenging the Africa.
Right, let's go and do some hiking.